This is Story Deja Day. I am making a video today. I had a couple of requests this week for, I'm going to try not to say too. Let me start off by saying that. Obviously, on one of my other videos, it was bothering someone who was watching the video that I said a lot. And yes, I am, see, I'm doing it again. Yes, I am working on not saying maybe I should say before I start, and maybe that would alleviate the natural desire or flow of me saying that I do believe and am guided that that is my way of tuning to the energies. So I am currently working towards using a different way of tuning to the energies. There are many ways to do so. It gives me a moment to allow the conscious flow to come through. And so instead of saying I'm going to say so maybe it won't bother those who the was bothering. Is probably a much higher frequency than but anyway, now that we have that out of the way, let's not count how many times I say it, but to everyone, I love you. Okay. I have a couple of requests this week from new viewers who have contacted me on Facebook, and I highly recommend that any of you begin following me on Facebook. I would love to speak with you personally and share share any knowledge or wisdom that I have with you to assist you in your journey. I am 100% in service to others, vow to the soul. I would say humanity, but I've evolved my purpose to in service to the soul. Your soul, my soul, everyone's soul, anyone's soul. Okay. I can't stop. Okay. My new friends that have requested a couple of videos, or I kind of offered after speaking to them and seeing what they who haven't quite popped through into new earth frequencies or stabilized in them yet, what they were interested in. So to them. Okay. My new friends, Roxy and Jamie, one requested, or we discussed a video about Kundalini awakening, Kundalini rising. So I'm going to talk about that for a little bit, and also about aligning with one's higher purpose, your highest potentials. I'm going to speak a little bit about that as well. Okay, I'm going to start with and also I created 2 activations for those 2 purposes as well. I'll read them at the end of the video. One is a Kundalini activation and awakening, encoded with light. I just wrote that just for you guys today, every guys and gals out there, soul family. And also wrote one for aligning with your highest potential, aligning with your highest purpose. I wrote one for that purpose as well just now. So those 2 things should help just about everyone. Okay. Working on it, people. Let's see. Okay. The Kundalini awakening. I am going to speak for a few moments about my own personal Kundalini awakening experience. many years ago, right as I was first having my spiritual awakening, this occurred. And at the time, I had no idea what a Kundalini was or Kundalini awakening. But, but I learned in retrospect. That's how I have done a lot of my journey. I've had all these experiences happen to me. All these beautiful awakenings and experiences, multidimensional experiences since before 2012. Because I'm a Stargate keeper and a grid keeper, I'm a shower, among other things. And so I kind of experienced it not even knowing what it was. And then as I'm experiencing it, or after the experience is complete, then I would be driven to, guided to, very interested in finding out what I had been experiencing, because it was so intense. Anyone out there who's had a Kundalini awakening, I had a spontaneous, full-blown Kundalini awakening. Very intense and powerful. And it really, I'm sure most of you know what that is by now. If you don't, I recommend that you read up on that and study up on it. Just reading about it, investigating, researching, will activate it, or will assist in the activation if it is time for you to activate it. It's a very powerful activation. So be prepared that your life is going to take on a whole different course once it's activated. It's a very, very extremely powerful activation. And I do recommend it, but I also recommend that you do your research and learn as much as you can about it so that you can assist yourself through the process. Because each shot, as the Kundalini activates, I'm sure everyone knows, but if you don't, the Kundalini is energy stored at the base of your spine. They call it the serpents. And when it activates, it rises up around your spine. And any blocks in any of your chakras, any of your energy centers, all the way up your body, will be affected. Okay, so if you have a block in any of your chakras, it will stop at the block and work out those blocks. And those blocks could take days, weeks, or any amount of time. I can't really say the amount of time. Everyone's different, to work through those blocks so it can rise. So, and you probably will not know that of all the blocks, obstacles, energy blocks in your Kundalini serpent, the Shiva and the Shakti are going to rise. That's another way to put it. And happy birthday to Shiva. It is Shiva's birthday today. Very beautiful deity. A very beautiful guide that has been on and off here with me since I first had my Kundalini awakening. Shiva, the deity, would come and show up in my reality before I even really knew much about Shiva in this lifetime. But it assisted me in becoming very interested in the Hindu deities and teachings. And so it brought back him visiting, like literally a visual visitation from Shiva, which is the divine masculine, very pure, very powerful divine masculine energy, would come at specific times when I needed that anchor or that Kundalini serpent, the male serpent, to rise within me. And he would also show up or come at times when he was to assist me in activating cities Those are a name for gifts and abilities. And now on New Earth, we don't really even call them gifts and abilities. It's just our natural way. But in 3D and 4D, that would be a proper term for calling different gifts and abilities, psychic abilities, gifts, different things. One of the ones he reminded me of was my creative abilities, my ability to change my own destiny, write my own destiny, create my own destiny. And what a beautiful day that was whenever I was remembered, whenever he assisted me in remembering that I am a creator being, and that I could write and change my own destiny, as well as assist others in creating their destiny as well. And that day definitely changed my whole consciousness. Whenever I realized that, it took him visiting more than one time, very often, for me to be able to sustain the actual belief that I had, that I had a creative ability back then. This was some years ago. Before, it's very well known now that we're creator beings, we're divine, and that we're all God, Goddess, and Source and Creator inside us. But back then, it was almost like a myth to be talking about these things, be saying that I'm a creator being. It took a while for it to anchor in, and so he assisted in that anchoring. Okay, now back to the Kundalini. Okay, Shiva, Shakti, Nam Namaha Shiva. Okay, now the Kundalini rising will change your entire body and will definitely activate new gifts and abilities, if that's what you want to call them, energetic gifts and abilities. And it will also bring up everything. Well, I won't say everything, because there's other things that bring up energies that are in your cellular memory and DNA. But the Kundalini rising will definitely be a powerful way to begin the process of bringing to the surface memories and obstacles that need to be cleared. It also activates the pineal gland very powerfully. And if you are not prepared for what you're about to experience with the Kundalini awakening, specifically, now you can activate your third eye, your pineal, without the full Kundalini activation, but usually they go hand in hand. But sometimes the pineal may activate before the actual Kundalini does, but it's all right in there together. But the Kundalini will activate and clear your mental body, your emotional body, your physical body, and your etheric body, your spiritual body as well. It will work on all those levels. And also, just so everyone knows, that there is, and I discovered this much later in my journey. I didn't know it when I first had the full Kundalini, spontaneous Kundalini activation. And it gave me the ability to see and speak to beings, divine beings, of all kinds. Lots of deities from every religious background or philosophy, and not that I am religious in any way, because I am not affiliated with any religion, as most spiritual people are not, because I don't like putting God in a box or limiting it. And so a lot of religions tend to do that, but I do respect all of them, and have researched many of them, all of them, as many as I could, and took from those teachings specific things that resonated with me, that resonated with my heart, and that I could use on my path. So I do respect all religions and belief systems. However, I have created my own. And that's what I came here to do in this lifetime, was to create my own path and not use the path of anyone else before me. Although I have taken many teachings from many different paths, from many different teachers, many different places of knowledge and wisdom, and also a lot of just channeled from my heart and from my own memory of ancient teachings that aren't even on the planet yet again, or haven't resurfaced yet, but they will. Okay. Kundalini awakening is a powerful experience and can last for it can last for a year or so to get the whole process completed. As the Kundalini rises, it clears out like every different chakra. I'm sure everyone knows every different chakra energy center has a different focus of what area of your life, what area of your body, or that it focuses on, all the way up, all of the chakra energy centers. So, as the Kundalini rises, it's going to work on, say it rose just to the root chakra, it's going to work on all the root chakra issues. As it goes to the sacral, it's going to do the same, and it may stay in the root chakra and not go any higher until all that's cleared out, and then go to the sacral and up and up and up, all the way up and out the top of your head back to source. And so be prepared that if you have energy blockages in your mental, emotional, or physical body or spiritual body, in any of those chakras, the Kundalini awakening will work on those and literally force the energies of the Kundalini will be so powerful that if you know what you're doing, if you have researched and studied the knowledge and wisdom about the Kundalini awakening, it will go much smoother. But if you ever have any questions or need any guidance on any blockages or stuck energies in any of your chakras, feel free to contact with me, and I'll be glad to answer any questions. But it is a process. Like I said, I had a spontaneous Kundalini awakening where it just like blasted off out the top of my head, and then dropped back down, and then began the process of working its way up through each chakra, which took a good probably 1.5 years of the process. This was some years ago. I am knowing that with the energies, how powerful the ascension energies, the plasma energies, the photonic energy, the diamond light codes, the ascension energies, all these energies that are Christ consciousness energies that are coming in and out of us will rapidly will increase, speed up the Kundalini awakening process for many, because the energies now in 2018 are much more conducive to assisting us with our ascension process. So that is a good thing. So anyway, so the Kundalini awakening can instill many things. So it is a beautiful process, and I recommend that anyone who hasn't experienced the Kundalini energy to, when they're ready, and you'll know when you're ready because the word or me speaking about it would feel some excitement within you about discovering more about it. And after you've had the full Kundalini awakening, or your Kundalini has risen and cleared out all of your stuck energies throughout your entire vessel, all 4 bodies, then it will, let's see, it will always be active in your body. You become, during a Kundalini awakening, you become, or Kundalini rising, your body, you become very full of vibrant energy. It makes you very energetic, like you're just bounding with life force energy. You just feel it all through every part of you. You just feel so alive. Okay, so, and also getting on New Earth feels very much similar. So being on New Earth, you can have that same vitality, youth, vitality, chi, ki, shi, energy, life force, all through every cell of your vessel every day, 24 hours a day. So, but the Kundalini rising, the Kundalini awakening is a process that will assist you in getting to New Earth. Also, let me speak of this. Once I got ready to begin shifting, rebirthing, going through the Stargate portals into New Earth timelines, or New Earth frequencies, vibrations, I also discovered the third Kundalini serpent, which is, you may be able to find some teachings on that now by Googling it. I'm not sure, but this one goes straight up the spine. I'm sure it's in some teachings. I don't know exactly which ones. I didn't learn this from any teaching or philosophy or religion or anything on Google or anything like that. It's just something I experienced and know that it is a fact that the third Kundalini serpent is often the last one to go, and it goes straight up your spine, and it is very powerful. It comes from, to me, I was viewing it coming straight from the core of the earth. And from before coming from the earth's core, it was coming from the universe. It's like a universal Kundalini serpent that comes into the earth's core first and then rises up. Now, I felt it rise up from the bottoms of my feet, up through my legs, then through my spine. So it literally came from the ground. So that is that thing also. So expect that. Desire that. It was a beautiful experience as well. Very, very powerful as well. Now, I suppose at this time, if you wanted to call forth and command or activate all three at the same time, well, that sounds like a beautiful blast off into another dimension for sure. So, if anyone does that, please message me and let me know how that experience goes, because I experienced the two rising first and then the third come many years later. But I'm knowing that it can probably all be done at one time now, because the energies are so benevolent right now and assisting us so very powerfully. Okay, so that's about all I'm going to say about the Kundalini right now. But yes, it is a beautiful thing. I highly recommend it, because you're going to need it to purify you or some other belief of energy, but that's how I experienced the Kundalini awakening. So, any further questions, you're more than welcome to message me on Facebook until I get my website up, which will be by the end of the month. I will have a website where I'm going to offer classes, teachings, and activations, and light sessions, soul sessions for many of these different purposes. Say you wanted to have a session with me so I can go really in depth about your particular situation on the Kundalini, or the alignment with your purpose, or I'm seeing the lights come, or any other of your ascension topics that you personally are concerned or working towards or need assistance with. I will be doing sessions on so many different things for anyone who's interested in that. I'll be official on my website by the end of the month. Yay! I'm not sure what I'm going to call it yet. More to come on that. But I'm very excited because I've been working off of Facebook literally since, let's see, when did I get on Facebook? I got on Facebook in 2013 or 14. 2013, I think. 2013 or 14 was when I got on Facebook and began doing readings and healings and teaching and sharing knowledge and wisdom in starseed groups. First of all, and then I began starting my own groups, or from Oracle and the Gatekeepers of the Diamond Light, some other ones. But anyway, I've been on this journey for quite a while and have experienced every aspect of it to this date, and made it to New Earth, Galactic New Earth, and Fifth Dimension and beyond, way beyond. I'm usually operating up around 13th Dimension and beyond, but it doesn't matter. But they're all available after you get to the 5th Dimension. All the other dimensions, all the way up to Source, you are fully reconnected to Source, Creator, God, Goddess, whatever you choose to call the energy. That is that beautiful one place that we all originated from. And so, that is the purpose of everyone's incarnation here at this time on this beautiful planet, is to ascend and reconnect. Activate your DNA and reconnect with your Creator, with Source, and that is the most beautiful, profound experience. And that's a whole nother video. Okay, so let's talk about alignment with purpose, alignment with service to others, path, service to humanity, whatever you want to call it. I call it a service to others path. That means you could call yourself a light worker or a way shower or grid keepers, stargate keepers, all these different things. And there are many, many of us, and every person who wakes up and activates, it seems, eventually, or if not right away, wants to share that experience with others and get into service to others, assisting others to find that frequency or find that consciousness so that they too can experience. It's the way of the new earth, is to be in service to the soul, in service to others. Now that doesn't mean not be in service to yourself, as in you have to take care of your soul, yourself first. Your journey has to come first, number one, above anyone else, because you cannot be in service to anyone else if you haven't learned self-love and you haven't learned the way of attaining the higher consciousness and the higher frequencies. So, journey of your own soul must be first, and then you may assist others. Okay, so that being said, as soon as you activate, or your DNA activates, you have a spiritual awakening, you can immediately really begin assisting others. And that means getting a voice, or how you can do it on Facebook or with people around you. You speak about your experiences and what you, usually when you have a spiritual awakening, you automatically start digging in to learning knowledge and wisdom about ancient teachings and about new age topics, or put a new twist on the old spiritual topics and bring them up into a higher dimension. And your heart opens and you just want to share all these beautiful things that you have discovered with others that aren't getting it yet. And that is totally normal, and it is beautiful, and that's the way of it. When you're on New Earth, it's very important that you find your way to assist humanity, assist the soul, assist others, be in service to others in some way. And there are many, so many different facets of actually being in service to Gaia, to the earth, and to humanity. There are so many thousands of ways to do that. But finding your particular way to assist Earth, humanity, Gaia, others, souls, is different and unique for everyone. But I'm going to speak today of the direct aligning with your purpose, and how would you find out what your purpose is. I used to be told that my purpose would be something that I enjoyed as a child, or something that I was motivated or into as a young person. And I was told that, but I found that not to be true. Not to be true at all. Even though my main focus, I think, whenever I was a child, was animals. And I love them. I love taking care of animals. I don't eat them. I want them all to live and be beautifully blessed with safety and love from humanity. But that's a whole other topic. So, my purpose directly is not directly with animals, even though as a child that seemed to be my main purpose. So, I'm going to boycott that particular, whoever told me that. I read it somewhere, so I was thinking the whole time I'm supposed to be in service to animals. Well, of course I am in service to animals by speaking up about not eating them and taking care of them and things like that. But as you evolve, your purpose will evolve with you. See, when I was in 3D, I'm going to share my experiences with you, so you get an idea of how your own purpose, service to others, will evolve with you. And I can tell you, express that by what I experienced myself and how it worked for me. Whenever I woke up, and I was in 3D for some years, I began desiring to connect with others who were starseeds, who were experiencing some things I was. And as I found a group called Starseeds on Facebook in 2013, I think, I realized after talking, I just got in the group and spoke to a couple of different people. I remember the very first time I was in there, in the group, and experiencing other starseeds, and I was like, wow, there's more of us. Yay. I was so excited because I thought I was the only one for the longest time. I couldn't find but just a couple doing videos on YouTube. But there was a whole group of them, and I met some very interesting people on there. But what I did was, I realized after speaking to a couple of the people, like the very first time I went into the group just to see what it was about, I immediately, the second I got in there, I realized that I was way ahead of where they were on their journey, because I had been awake already by then for, let's see, 4 years, and alone 4 years in doing my own journey by myself with no one else awake around me, or no one knew what I was talking about, even though I thought I was crazy. I thought I was crazy too, I think. Yes, I did. But I knew I was from the stars. Many different stars. And we all are. But, okay, so I got in the Starseed group, and I realized that these individuals were just waking up. Just woke up to the fact that they were starseeds. And they were seeking assistance, or seeking validation that they were starseeds, seeking confirmation from others, and that feeling that you have when you realize you're a starseed, and everything starts making sense, but you also feel like you don't belong in this world for a while, is the best way to put it. Like you feel like, whoa, I'm on the wrong planet here. And that's how 3D makes a lot of people feel. So that's nothing unusual. A lot of indigos and starseeds and light workers felt that way when they were in 3D. Okay, so I realized after speaking to 1 or 2 people in the group, just briefly, that I could see their entire reality. I could see where their soul came from. I could see where their most dominant DNA, from which planet that it came from. And I had no idea that I could do those kind of readings until that day that I got in the Starseed groups. All of a sudden, everyone I talked to, I could just see their DNA. I could see what planet was their most dominant DNA. All of us have many different, all different kinds of DNA in our genetic makeup. Every person on the planet does. But the starseeds, as we will call them, indigos and stuff like that, a lot of people who have activated their DNA have very dominant races that come through more than any others, and I could see that. So, and also let me add that the DNA, the prominent DNA and aspect that's in each individual at that moment can change at any time. Like the Syrian DNA may activate first, and so I can read and give them the origin of a Syrian origin and a dominant Syrian aspect and DNA activating at that moment. Now, a year later, if I was to read that same person, they may be activating the Arcturian DNA. And the Arcturian may be the most dominant aspect and the DNA activating. But I can see their soul path and see the DNA in which race that their aspect is at that time. And so it was a beautiful day for me to realize that I could assist these people with readings, and as I'm giving them the readings about their starseed origins and their dominant aspects, DNA activations, as I'm giving them the reading, and I would just get on there and do it for free. I never charged anybody anything or anything like that. I just did it because it was magical, and I saw the sparkles in their eyes and the profound feelings that came forward in these people that I activated. As I'm giving them a reading, I'm activating their DNA, which I didn't even know that at the time. But in retrospect, or shortly after that, I began to realize that by me giving them the readings, we're activating specific codes in their DNA, assisting them in their journey. And they assisting me because I am sharing that light. We're sharing the light between the two people, infinity loop, heart to heart. And so it was very magical to be able to do those readings for the longest time. For a couple of years, I did those. I did many other kind of readings as well, but those were some of my favorites back then. I don't really do too many starseed origin readings anymore. Necessarily, that's not where my main focus is. But if asked, I will. I don't mind. I don't mind doing assisting people with activating those codes within them. It is a very magical and profound, exciting reading to get a confirmation on those things. It assists people greatly. Okay, so that was my first purpose or alignment with some sort of higher purpose was me realizing that I could read others and activate them. And so I was guided to work within the starseed groups back then to do that until I was guided to not do it anymore, to not focus on that specific thing anymore. Then I moved on to other things. But I became a keeper of a code keeper, Stargate keeper, and I channeled the codes. You can see them behind me. I channeled the codes for opening stargates and portals after that. This was a very Arcturian aspect that I was working with a lot back then, because I have a lot of dominant Arcturian DNA. Arcturian Syrian merge is me. As far as the dominant races. But also just behind that are Lyran and Pleiadian. are the other two that are the most prominent in my journey, or have been thus far. Now that could change in the future. So, but Arcturian was the first one. I did a video about the Arcturian. And okay, so that was how I discovered my first purpose or alignment. It just kind of like happens. Just kind of, when you're ready, when the time is right for you to align with a purpose. And this purpose, I didn't switch and do this for money. I was able to, at the time, I was living in a state of divine grace, I call it, where most all of my needs were being met without me having to work. So I did not have to charge for any of my services. And what a blessing that was for me to be able to have those years for me to go through my Kundalini awakening, my spiritual awakening, and do my soul work without having to have a regular full-time job. And so the divine, the creator, source, God, goddess, whatever you want to call it, my soul, my higher self, and I had arranged it so that I would be able to focus on my soul's journey without having to work a full-time job to support myself. So I must have set it up like that. I guarantee you I did set it up like that with the family members, with my direct family members and my life path, so that I could have this time to be able to focus on that so I can be in service. And that is how it has all worked, by me being in full service to the universe, to creator, to source, to the divine, to my higher self, to my soul. I was able to do everything that I did for absolutely no charge for years. No years. I was able to do that because I had all my needs met. I had food, I had a place to live, shelter, and even though I was not living the high life or anything like that, I did without a lot of things, so that I could focus on my spiritual journey. Materialistic ventures were not part of those years of my life at all. I lived on barely nothing. Food stamps, eating beans out of a can for years, tortillas, not healthy foods particularly. But and living where I lived, and I don't regret it a bit. I did it because that's where I needed to be. I needed to be focused. I needed to be able to stay home with my daughter for one, and with my soul for the other, so that I could rapidly go through this wild and wonderful and beautiful experience of a spiritual awakening. And my awakening was so intense. I experienced so many different collectives and so many different profound experiences over the years. I arranged that before my incarnation so that I could experience all so many different things, so that I could overcome them. Experienced all the things that anyone in 3D experiences, addictions, relationship issues, lack, let's see, being involved with all the wrong people, and also many different other things that are involved in the third dimension. Illnesses, psychological illnesses, or not illnesses necessarily, but psychological diagnoses, physical conditions over the years, car accidents, all these different things. Anyway, I don't want to talk too much about the past. But the reason for all of those things that I overcame, all of those years of overcoming the third dimensional life and fourth dimensional energies, was so that I can sit here today and say I've explored just about anything anyone can need assistance with in their ascension journey, I can assist you, because I can say, I've done that. I've overcame that. I have risen above that. I have found my soul and moved beyond that collective or that particular issue or life or whatever. So I know I chose to experience all of those things in one lifetime, so I could say that yes, I've done that, I was that, I did that, I overcame that, and I am now here to assist everyone else to overcome those and release and clear those energies, those blockages, those conditions, those issues, those everything, those things that need to be cleared and released and risen above. So that, and I did it, I experienced it all, and I did it all. Mostly I didn't have any like physical teachers. I didn't have the money to go buy sessions from other people or to go get healing, Reiki healing, or to go do all these things. I had no means. I set it up so I didn't have the means, financial means, to do any of those things. None of them. So I had to do it all myself. I had to remember, activate those memories within my AKASH and within my own DNA and with my own consciousness, in my own cellular structure. I had to remember my ancient self and bring that forward into this lifetime so that I could remember how to heal myself, how to clear blockages, how to release all these things that hold us back into the lower dimensions. I remembered. And also, in light sessions that are focused on aligning others with their purpose, their higher purpose, their highest potentials, I literally will go into, we'll literally go into your AKASH, your AKASHIC records, and it's called Mining the AKASH. We'll go into your past lives and pull forward your gifts, abilities, talents, attributes, talents, the love and the light and all the beautiful wisdom and knowledge. Pull it from any of your past lifetimes on this planet, on this AKASH for this planet, and I can tap you into the AKASH, your off-planet AKASH, which is very magical as well, and pull forward, culminate into this lifetime all the gifts, abilities, talents, knowledge, and wisdom. Pour forth and merge and converge into this one now, so that those will activate within you, so that you have this beautiful AKASHIC records. I was going to say bank account. This beautiful bank account of knowledge and wisdom that's yours, that you earned. You earned in a past life, a past incarnation. What some people don't say, there's no past or there's no future. Well, in a simultaneous, in a different lifetime, in a different timeline, a different version of you has done just about everything there is to do. So, ancient guardian, founder, soul, you have lots of magical attributes and knowledge in your DNA. And your AKASH is stored in the cellular, in the cellular memory of your DNA, the chemical layer of your DNA. That is where your AKASHIC records is stored, in your DNA. And we can activate that in a session, bring it forward into the now, so that all of a sudden you just know all of these. You just remember. You remember who you are. You remember why you're here. You remember how to heal yourself. You remember how to do all these things. It's just natural. There's no sitting around trying to figure things out, trying to get online and research it, trying to learn. There's no learning. You just remember. You literally just remember how to do it. And so in the new earth, in the galactic new earth timelines, in the fifth dimension, we don't learn how to heal, how how to heal ourselves or others. We don't learn healing modalities. We don't learn knowledge and wisdom, because when we pull forward from our Akash, and I can help you do this, I can guide you the best I can, or you can have a light session with me, and we will take you through the process of doing it. But it is a process, and it's more than just a 5-minute conversation to do this, but we can do it. But you don't have to learn anything. You just simply remember how. You just, all of a sudden, you just remember. It's like, it's a remembering process. Remember, I don't have to learn anything anymore. I don't have to read and study. Your consciousness just taps into the knowledge and wisdom that's already yours, that you earned in past lifetimes or simultaneous running lifetimes, past, present, and future lifetimes, or timelines, or incarnations, whatever you want to call it, from this planet or any other planet. I can tap into. There's 2 separate Akashas, actually 3 separate Akashas, but 2 main ones that we would work with would be this planet and your off-planet Akash. We can go into there and pull all those star being gifts, talents, attributes, wisdom, and knowledge forward into this lifetime, merge and converge. You earned it. It's yours. So activating that, aligning with it, culminating, merging and converging all of those lifetimes into the one now is a very powerful and profound experience. And it can happen very rapidly. It doesn't happen in an instant, but when I do the sessions, the activations with you, guide you through the process, it begins the process, and it will just naturally happen on its own after the session, or after you do the work that I guide you that you should do. And it's not necessarily that hard of work. It's just a matter of some things that you need to do for yourself every day. But anyway, I can't go into all of that on one video. That would be like a teaching course, and I will, on my website, I will begin putting together courses to teach others how to do these things for themselves. So I hope that helps a little bit with the aligning of your purpose, and explaining it a little more in depth about your purposes, because in 3D, it depends on what dimension you're in, 3rd dimension, 4th dimension, 5th dimension, which frequency you're working in or existing in at that time, your purpose will change. What your purpose is in 3D will not be the same as it is in 5D, but you must start where you are and get within the process. But if you want to rapidly speed it up and jump right into the highest potentials and purposes and timelines, then I will need to further guide you to do that. But I can guide you. It's very in-depth. I can't just do it on a video all the way, but I'm giving you some insight towards it so that maybe you can come back and ask more questions, and this may stir up more questions within you. Y'all, everyone. I'm from the South. Y'all. Okay, y'all. You, everyone, anyone who is ready to align with their higher purpose or their highest potential, or do Akashic work of remembrance, activating that remembrance within you. So you can remember who you are and what your purpose and potentials are, your highest potential. I'm all about assisting others to aligning with their highest potential and empowering the soul within you and your higher self aspects to align to your highest purpose in the 5th dimension and beyond on New Earth. So that is a thing. Okay, let's see if there's anything else I need to say about the aligning with one's higher purpose. You can, here's a few tips that you can do as well. You can write I am affirmations. You can write affirmations about tapping and read them out loud. Reading any affirmations or anything that any changes you are desiring in your reality, in yourself, and recoding your own DNA by speaking out loud. You can make a list, like I made a list of I learned this all on my own. I didn't learn it from anybody else. So this is the way that my higher self taught me to do it. And I did it all on my own, so it's doable on your own. And I did it on my own so that I could create the path for others. Because if it worked for me, it will work for anyone. And it's a guideline on how to do all this. And in a session or on my website, when I get it set up, I'll have the actual everything listed and written down on how to teach others how to do this for yourself. And that's what the session would entail as well, would be teaching you how to do this for yourself with my assistance, activating and guiding you. But once you have done it, went through the process, then you'll know how to do it and can go share that knowledge and teach others. So it's a beautiful thing. I don't like to just do activations where I activate something within someone for them. I'd rather teach you, have a session or have a course, a way to teach you how to do it. And I'll do it with you so that you know how to do it, so that you can go and assist others in learning to do it. Because that's how we, or I won't say learning, because I just said we don't really learn. I assist others in remembering the way to do to align with your highest purpose. Okay, so daily I am affirmations, like you could say, I am mining my Akash for all my gifts, abilities, talents, attributes, wisdom, and knowledge from all previous lives, and bringing it forward into this one. I am clearing my Akash, my past lives, of all blockages, obstacles, any karmic imprints, residues, or fear-based energies that are holding me back from my highest potentials or my purpose and my higher timelines. You could say that as well. There's many different ways, but using daily self-programming, I call it. So you're going to be talking to yourself a lot every day, or I recommend that you do, and write it down and read these affirmations. And you can do that with anything. I am activating this within me. I am activating I used to read one that said, I'm activating my DNA. I'm activating my crystalline DNA. I'm activating my STARBEING DNA. I'm activating my spirit DNA. Those are just examples, but you can do that with anything, but read it out loud so that your ears and your cells in your body hear you saying you are commanding your reality. You're talking to your body. Your body is smart. It's ready for you to listen. It's ready to listen to you. And your DNA and your cellular structure holds Akash. So that's what you're going to talk to, is your body. Your Akash is not out there somewhere somewhere in the universe. The Akash is in you, in your cells, in every cell, and in your DNA. So that's what needs to hear you talk to it about culminating, mining the Akash, pulling forward, merging and converging all of those gifts, abilities, talents, attributes, knowledge, wisdom, love and light, memories, relationships, experiences, memories into the one now, into this lifetime. It's yours. You earned it. So call it forth. Make some daily I am readings and talk to your Akash. Talk to yourself and pull forward some of these things that would align you with your highest purpose. Discovering one's highest purpose is a process, and it evolves with you. But the best thing I can recommend is that you just begin doing what you can right where you are. Say you don't know what your highest purpose is yet. You haven't tapped into it, but in order to tap into it, you could maybe learn to do tarot cards, or learn to just offer your assistance in anything that, any kind of support that you have for others who are going through a spiritual awakening. On Facebook is a great place to do it, a great place to build your confidence and to connect with others who are in the same situation that you are, or that are seeking some validation, seeking someone with more knowledge and wisdom and experiences than they have. And so you'll just naturally, the universe will just naturally align those beings with you once you find your voice and get on there and offer. So you have some interaction with others. And you will be surprised how that assists in developing these gifts, abilities, talents, and attributes, so that you can discover all that you are and remember all that you are, and remember your purpose and what you came here to do, which is ascend and get to new earth and help others get there too. So, and there's many ways to do that. So listen to your heart. Listen to your higher self. Connect with your higher self daily. Ask your higher self daily out loud. Higher self, creator self, source self, soul. What do I need to do today to align with my highest purpose and my highest potentials? To be in service to others. Ask that every day and listen and watch for signs. Things to align. Do it every day. Talk to your higher self every day. Talk to your soul every day. Talk to your DNA every day. Talk to your AKASH every day. Talk to your light body every day. Activate it. Tell it to activate. I am activating my light body. I am activating my AKASHIC memories of every lifetime, past, present, and future, to culminate into this one now with all of the positive love and light-filled gifts, abilities, talents, attributes, knowledge, wisdom, memories, relationships, soul connections, all those things. These are just things to say. You can word it in your own words. These are the ones that I used. But daily affirmations are, and some people will sit here and think, oh, daily affirmations, that just seems silly, or that doesn't seem like something I really resonate with. I'm telling you right now, it is very powerful. You would not believe the power in the daily affirmations that you write yourself. Don't get online and look for some that someone else wrote, because it's not coming from your heart and soul. You want to word it in your own words. I'm just giving you some ideas. So sit down with your heart and soul, with your higher self, and write. Ask your higher self to help you write some daily affirmations that will help you align with your highest potentials, your highest purpose, your service to others' purpose, to quantum jump, shift timelines into your highest potentials, into your dream life, into the fifth dimension, into new earth, into the beautiful magical realms of the higher dimensions, of the multi-dimensional realms that are now available on this planet. Okay, so we now live on a multi-dimensional earth, 3D, 4D, 5D, all the way up to source, which is, I don't even know how many dimensions, it doesn't matter, but there are many, and the numbers are irrelevant. But just know that once you get to the fifth dimension, all other dimensions open up, all of them. So that's where the connection to source, your source self, your creator self, Christ conscious, your star being self, all these different selves, all these different dimensions and energies, God, goddess, creator, source, all these different things. Those dimensions and those frequencies, those vibrations, that consciousness, quantum consciousness, become very quantum. I recommend that everyone get involved in some sort, get on YouTube or do a little bit of research to trigger your memories about how quantum fields work. Quantum physics for dummies will assist you in understanding the basics of how the multidimensional realities of the earth. Hi, I've got fairies here. They're here. I wish you could see them, and I don't think you can, or I'd turn the computer around. My fairy aspects are very prominent in my journey. So, Anyway, they're always just over there smiling at me with their gorgeous eyes. Okay, so that is, okay, what was I saying? Oh, about the quantum. Remembering, do a little bit of research on quantum physics, quantum jumping, quantum realities, quantum consciousness, different things. And just doing a little bit of reading about it will activate the memories within you about how quantum physics works, quantum energies, how those things work in a very multidimensional way. They will assist you in many, many different ways. I am activating my quantum consciousness. That was one of my, I am affirmations that I read for a while. I am a quantum level creator. I am a self-programmed quantum level creator. I am activating quantum consciousness, Christ consciousness. I am activating creator consciousness, source consciousness. I am activating new earth consciousness. I am activating multidimensional consciousness. I am mining my AKASH for all my positive love and light field gifts, abilities, talents, attributes, knowledge, wisdom, relationships, and memories. I am releasing and clearing from my AKASH all fear-based trauma, memories, energies, imprints, or residues from my AKASH and from my subconscious and from my unconscious mind and from my brain and from my cellular memories. I am releasing anything that is not in the vibration of benevolent love and light. 100% benevolent love and light is being released from this energy field now, in this now. Those are just some examples of my daily I ams that I used to read myself for months, and they helped me tremendously. So I do believe that that is a powerful tool, and just hearing yourself say these things, you say it as it's already happened. I am is two of the most powerful words that you can say to change your reality. Okay, I am going to read the activations that I wrote for the Kundalini and for the alignment with one's highest potential purposes now. Okay, everyone, let me get those. And I wish I could remember them and just speak them without reading them off of the paper, because, but I just wrote it, so I haven't even had a chance to even type it on Facebook or anything. But I'll put it in the comments. I mean, not in the comments, in the description below. I'll put it so that everyone can read them out loud to yourself as well. But I'm going to encode my words, and my energy is encoded into those words that I'm about to read. I wrote them myself from my heart and my higher self for you, for everyone, to assist you in activating those codes within you. So they are very powerful. Reading them yourself is very powerful, so I recommend you do that as well. Okay, let's see what we have first. And I can't see out of my glasses. Let me clear my glasses a little better. For some reason they're not. Let's see if I can see a little bit. Okay. Okay, everyone. Okay. This first one's going to be for the Kundalini activation as requested from my friends. Okay. Kundalini, Shiva, Shakti, rise through me. Serpents intertwine, activate the way to higher frequency. Chi, Ki, Shi, I feel the energy, removing all blocks, clear my chakras, all the way to source, divine masculine and divine feminine force. DNA codes illuminate the cellular crystallinity. Etheric plasma, new earth I rise, creator's infinity. Okay, now here is the one for aligning with one's purpose and highest potentials. Activation number 2. Okay, aligned with purpose. Activate the timeline. Third serpent trine. Balance energies within divine twin. 999-000-111-222s. Quantum jumps, stargates, I leap through. Highest potentials, pure and true. Encode remembrance. of the ancient future. Star being template. Gifts, abilities, talents from my AKASH culminate. Mutate cellular, leaving carbon behind. In full service I vow to all humankind. Okay. All right, everyone. Thank you for supporting me and being a part of my journey. And again, please connect with me on Facebook if you so desire. I would love to have you on my friends list so that we can share our experiences and share our light with each other. I look forward to hearing from you, everyone. Okay. All right. Aya Akashe, Fei Rei, Akadawa, Shro and Ru. Anke, Aya Akashe. Pew, pew, pew. Love bombs and light rays, everyone. Till next time. Bye.